Transformers The Last Night. Transformers The Last Night is the latest Transformer movie in this Transformer franchise that we all just fucking loathe, and it stars Marky Mark, and this movie good. I'm gonna say, guys, it's not good. It's not good. Even in that popcorn flick kind of way, you can just turn your brain off and just watch it just for what it is. It's a movie really for Transformers fans and for regular moviegoer fans. It's just more of the same shit that you've been experiencing and dreading since the previous Transformer movie. I would honestly say that this movie, I found myself watching it, and there were a lot of parts in that I was just checking out, and I was just like, this is just about as worse as the last movie, Age of Extinction. You remember the movie that came out in 2014? That was definitely one of my top 10 worst movies of that year. This movie, spoiler alert, is going to be on 2017 top 10 worst movies of the year, because it was that bad. I know some people might find enjoyment what it might have, you know, like, oh, there was still some good about it. Special effects were cool and everything like that. Yeah, they were cool in that 4th of July type of explosions. Boom. And the pros and cons, I believe that Transformers The Last Night is not the last movie. Spoiler alert, is going to be more. It's in theaters right now. If you want to check this movie out, or you haven't seen it already, let's talk about this bullshit. Let's power through it. First off, the acting in the movie. Acting in the movie itself was so damn cringy, because the human characters in the movie we hardly give two shits about. Now, even though we focus about a good 70% about the movie on them, we don't give two shits about. So I'm only going to talk about Marky Mark in this movie. He was just Marky Mark in another Transformers movie. He's about as good in this movie as he was in the last movie, so there it is. The other human characters in the movie you don't give two shits about, because they were annoying as shit, and they were doing shit, and they were just annoying, and they the cringy dialogue that they were displaying among themselves and the Transformers, which is not good. But even the Transformers themselves, like I said, more of the same shit you've seen before. Optimus Prime, it's only in the movie for about a good 15%. He's only in 50%. He says 2 speeches. He does this cool slice the head off scene you saw in the trailer, then that's it. That's it. Bumblebee is the real star in our movie. He's the one you see the most kick-assery with it. And Bumblebee is pretty interesting character for what he is, and he's gonna have his spin-off. So like, hey, all the other boss you don't give a shit about. Megatron, you're just like, hey, you're back again. Okay, ignore what happened in the last movie, but you're back again somehow. Plot in the movie, I couldn't tell you what this plot was about from the trailers, but the plot, more or less, without spoiling it, is that you just got Cybertron, which is pretty much coming to Earth, because there's this thing that's on Earth that obviously whoever rules Cybertron is trying to get. So of course the Autobots gotta, you know, deal with that shit. And humans are just caught in the crossfire, and then that's what it is. That's the simple version, because the story and the plot is all over the place. There's so much going on in this movie that's really hard to focus up and realize that, well, wait, what's going on? Why are we doing this? Like, the movie cuts between this character, this moment, that moment, so many times, just like, I can't follow none of this shit. It kind of focuses up a little bit towards the end of the movie, and we realize that, okay, this is the thing we're fighting for, this is what we gotta get, so Megatron and this Cybertron doesn't get it and shit. Now, pros of the movie, I'm gonna say that the special effects are cool to watch, you know, like I said, I saw this movie in IMAX 3D, and the special effects were pretty cool. Everything gets bigger and it hits louder and everything. The Transformers are more bigger than life when they're doing their thing and flying around and shit, you know, and just transforming. It's cool to see that. That is cool to see. No, cool to see, cool to watch. That looked cool. But that's where the pros stop, because everything else in the movie is a lot of cool things in it, but no substance. One thing, the screen's not blowing up every couple of 10 minutes. We're seeing characters and humans that we don't give two shits about, because the movie focuses on the humans way too much. Again, Transformer movies focus on the humans too much. I like to see a Transformer movie that just focuses on the Transformers themselves, no humans. And there are a lot of continuity issues in this movie too. There are a lot of key things in this movie that contradict the stuff that happened in the previous Transformer movies themselves. So now we're getting into like X-Men territory and shit with continuity issues. In fact, there's one big key thing that was revealed in this movie that makes you be like, whoa, okay, the other Transformer movies, it's like, that was there, that happened. Now we're just now finding out. Okay. But at the end of the day, I don't have too many more things to say about it's just movie is very draining. I went into this movie just like, okay, let's power through. I walked out of it just like, I'm so beat. It's just shit. Let's just get this review done and over with, and just move on with the rest of our week. Characters in the movie were pretty bland and pretty boring. Optimus Prime was only in it for like a good 15%, 10% more than he had in the last movie, so there that goes. Stories all over the place. There's action in the movie, but action with no substance is just bland and boring. And no. Now, with that being said, I'm going to easily say that Transformers The Last Night is indeed a 2 out of 10, which means you're not going to remember it at all. And as always, guys, subscribe. Until next time.
Here they come, yo.